Hey, it's Miss Marino, and these are my stripper stories.
Miss Marino,
Hi.
welcome to Stripper Stories, girl. You ready to give us a little tea?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, you're a dancer,
Yes.
ex-dancer, current dancer.
I'm kind of like in that point where I'm stepping out of the club.
So we in the middle. We
Yeah,
in a space.
I'm transitioning.
Okay. Transitioning dancer.
Yeah.
How did you end up in the game to begin with?
Um, I was a COVID grad. I graduated college in 2020. So I like my family, they kept me out of the loop in the thought of anything that has anything to do with the streets. I never knew nothing about stripping. So after I graduated college, it was hard to get a job because it was COVID. Like it was the end of COVID, but even with the world opening back up, it was still hard to get a job. So I had to think fast. And when me thinking fast, a light bulb clicked and was like, maybe you should try dancing.
Right.
So that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, when COVID hit, a lot of girls went to OnlyFans because, we couldn't get outside or whatever. Did you think about that first?
No, I was so innocent. I was straight out of college. I was raised Jehovah Witness. Like I wasn't thinking about no OnlyFans. Like TikTok had just came out. Like no, I was somewhere on TikTok dancing. Not thinking about OnlyFans.
What was that first night like for you going in the club? Like what kind of money did you make? What was the experience like?
My first night, I'll never forget. I made like $1,100, and my head was fucked up. I was like, "Oh, what? Like I could have been doing this. Like this, what the going on? This what I've been missing out on?" And I never looked back.
What what do what can you say is like the most amount of money you've made in a single night in the club?
I'll say about 10,000
10,000. What, like, you don't have to say the exact club, but what city was you in?
in Vegas.
In Vegas. Is that normal in Vegas to make that kind of money in a night?
I don't know about the white clubs. I've heard that them girls in the white clubs in Vegas, they make that type of money on the normal. But this was an urban club. And I made half of it in the club and the other half out the club. Yeah.
Okay, girl, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Do you feel like Vegas was your best or favorite place to dance?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, that was an era.
It's a lot like a lot of tourist money, right?
Even the money, like the locals,
Right.
it was good.
Okay.
Did you gamble ever?
No, I never learned. And I always said that, like, I would meet guys and they would take me gambling with them. Like, I've tried to play roulette, but no, I never knew how to gamble. I'll just go with guys, let them gamble. They'll give me some money to gamble with, and I'll end up keeping that shit. Like,
That's good. That's real good. Smart
always.
move.
So you had mentioned, once you got to Vegas that you were meeting a lot of like very beautiful women, but they was, they was selling the cat. It was on the cat. Can you tell us what that experience was like? Because you mentioned that, like you said, you was innocent, kind of. Once you had never really went that route before then or whatever. So what was that like?
It was interesting. It was very welcoming. It was looked at like glamorous. Like I said, it will be some of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life, and the fact that they will be welcoming towards me, like to be a part of it, I was like, okay, this is it. Like I'm that girl. Like I'm one of those girls. And it wasn't like a negative thing. Like I'm from Chicago, a place where being a hoe, being a stripper, it's looked down. Being a stripper is like it's looked down on in cities like that. You know what I'm saying? Like all we see is from what they put in the movies, or you know what I'm saying? So to actually be in person with these girls and for them to like show me the glamorous side of it, it was like it was fun.
Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Showgirls?
Yes,
Okay, so it's kind of
yes,
like that.
yes,
What
yes.
about Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman. I ain't seen that in a. That's one of them movies I done seen with my grandma when I was too young to be watching it.
You should go watch it now.
I've seen. Yeah, I need to watch it as an adult. Like I've seen that. I was a kid. I don't really can't remember
you really understand it.
what I understood about it. Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure in Vegas, especially when you started kind of moving outside the club, that you ran into a lot of like celebrities, a lot of stuff. Without mentioning any names, what can you tell me is like the craziest experience you had out there outside of the club? If you want to mention some names, you can, but
Okay. I had a bottle girl. She had invited me out to a set because the main club out there is Dreas, and I got invited. I will always get invited to sections at Dreas.
You know they closed.
They closed
indefinitely.
Are you serious?
Swear.
Somebody got something going on. That was the spot.
I know. That's be with all the hustlers stayed on the spots.
Dreas and then Dreas after hours. That's crazy. But I got invited out to Dreas. I'll say his name. It was Chris Brown. He had I think he performed there that night or something, and he had a section, or maybe he just had a section there. But we was in a section with Chris Brown. Like, that's the type of shit I was talking about. I used to just be with celebrities like it was nothing, because they knew to invite girls like me because I wasn't fanned out. Like, I'm from Chicago. Everybody in Chicago think they're a celebrity. Like, that's just our attitudes. So I invited a girl to come with me because they was actually doing auditions at Dude Club that he had out there. So a lot of girls from all over was in the city at the time. So my homegirl that came for the audition, she was in the city. So I told her, I'm like, "Boo, come to the section with me." Like, I didn't even know who section it was, but I'm just like, "Come outside with me," or whatever. So she came outside with me. And keep this in mind, I invited her out. So that's why I always feel bad to this day about what happened. We ended up going after we was done clubbing. He had a like, it's this big suite room that celebrities always get at the MGM, and we was partying there. Everybody was chilling, having a good time. Everybody started dipping off with they such and such. I had like 2 words with Chris Brown because he seen me looking for my homegirl. And he like, "You looking for your friend? She went that way." I'm like, "Thank you."
That was 2 words.
Thank you. 2 words. That was my 2 words with Chris Brown. I'm like, "Thank you," or whatever. So I end up finding her, whatever. Everybody end up pairing off, like, whatever girls that was there for whatever. She went with a guy in his entourage, and I went with another guy. So now the night is over. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dipping off with who they gonna dip off with. Come to find out, who the guy that she dipped off with, he must have left the hotel to go, because this at the MGM, so he went to go gamble. So from what she telling me, she thinking he came back in, because they had already slept together. She thinking he done came back in there to sleep with, like, like, wake her up out of her sleep and get some more. But whole time he was downstairs gambling, so that wasn't him. But she was asleep. So you know how when you and your nigga roll over, or whoever you roll over and you let them, get that out or whatever, while you still sleep. Whole time it wasn't him. It was somebody else in his entourage. So it's like she basically got. You see what I'm saying? Because after that was over, when she finally woke up and he was still not there, she called him like, "Where you at? And why you didn't wake me up all the way?" Like, talking. And he like, "What are you talking about? Like, I've been downstairs gambling since such and such." Damn. So she like, "What?" So it just let her know that somebody else came in that room and did something to her. Yeah. So I'll say that was the craziest night. And then I remember whoever I dipped off with, because I got my money. I remember the police banging on the door. Boo, boo, boo. We waking up, we like, "What's going on?" Because she must have, she was fucked up about it. So she wasn't going to be quiet. She called the police, and yeah. And it's just crazy how shit like that happens, because it wasn't even him. It was somebody in his entourage.
Damn.
And that's how shit be going on with them. They be getting in trouble for shit that don't even got nothing to do with them because of the people that they keep around them.
Did she try to put the case on him? Or?
No.
She was just like, it was somebody.
It was because they ended up finding out who it was.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was just crazy. It was a crazy night, and I always felt guilty because I'm like, damn, I invited her out, and she got raped.